Everyone, this is our online planning portal, and I'm going to show you how it works. With every event you book with us, you're going to have access to your own planning portal. And once you sign a contract, you'll get a link that gets to log into it. The nice thing about this is you have access to this the whole time you're booked with us. So whether it's a few weeks before the event or a year out or more, you can log in anytime, you can save things, you can edit them, you can come back to them later. So it's just a super easy to use and very user-friendly area. And I'm gonna break it down right now and show you how each of those categories work. First thing, we're gonna go into event details. This is just an area where you can see your event date, and that's a demo event, start and end time, if you have a certain DJ package, what you have included, what the price is, if you have any add-ons, say like a photo booth or uplighting. And then I'll also have your pricing broken down as well, and what you owe us, what payments you've made, and what the deposit is. Now we're going to go back to the home page. Now that Plan My Event button, that's the one you're going to use the most, other than event details. So this will break it down by song requests, planning forms, and then of course the timeline. Now if you're doing a non-wedding event, it'll still show the music requests, and the timeline will just look like a party timeline, and then you won't see that wedding form. So we're going to go into the wedding timeline first. However, if you do have a coordinator, you can disregard this, as the coordinator will make that timeline with you guys separately, and then they'll send that over to us. However, if you don't have a coordinator, this is a very useful tool for you guys to use. Basically in here, you got all your typical wedding formalities. You can kind of pick and choose what you do want to do and what order you want it in. So we're going to just click here, this little arrow. So guests arrive, and then let's say ceremony start, and then cocktail hour. Now let's add some times in. So let's say 3 p.m. for guest arrival, 3:30 ceremony start, 4 p.m. cocktail hour. And then if you want to move things around, you can use these arrows, you can get rid of things. And like I said, that's basically how that works. And you can add as many things as you want, or you may have a custom event here too. So that's how the timeline creator works. And then you always want to save your changes at the bottom like I just did. Now we're going to go into the wedding planning form second. This is the most important form, and we do ask all our couples to fill this out. This is all the main pertinent details that we will need. So first off, what names or how would you like the DJ to call you? Is there any important day of contacts? What area are you doing the ceremony in, on site? Or if it's off site, where's that going to be? Are we providing a mic for the officiant? Are we doing the ceremony? If we are doing the ceremony, what song do you want to walk down the aisle to for the family and the party and the bride and the recessional? And by the way, we do have a gender neutral form as well. If you prefer that, just let us know and we can get that over to you. And then here's some other things, cocktails, reception locations, grand entrance. Are you doing that? And if so, is there a song for each couple, or do you just want to do one song for everyone? What are their names? We got first dance. Do you want to fade that early? Do you want to do the whole thing? You got other things such as love shoe game, toasts, father-daughter, mother-son. Some people like to combine that with the mother-son dance. So just you can really customize it to what you're looking for there. And if you don't want to do any of these things, you can say yes or no. We are doing a mother-son, no we're not. Yes, we are doing a money dance, no we're not. And also for all of the activities, you can pick what song you want to do for each of those. Now, if you're not sure what songs you want to do, we do have suggestion lists, which I'm going to show you shortly. Okay, so we're going to go back here. Now we're going to move on to the song request area. So in this area, you can search songs in our database by song or artist. So we do have a huge database. However, one of the popular requests I do get is, hey, can we add our own requests? Yes, you can. So if it's not in our database where you search by song or artist, and you just type in the song and artist there, we're going to go and add your own. So here you could just say, random artist, and then song title demo. And then you can add it to whatever list you want to add it to. Now, the must play would be top 20. So these are the songs you definitely want played, and we limit that to 20 just to make sure that's about an hour or so of music. And that way we can have time to get all those in. And that's also limits you guys so okay, these are our definites, these are our top 20. Now, the playback possible stuff that you're like, hey, I like that, but it's not like I don't have to get that in if I don't have time. And it also you might just be like, hey, these are some songs we like to hear, but it's just, our vibe. But you can definitely read the room and, feel out the crowd. So you can talk with your DJ. We'll usually do a final call with you guys around a week or two prior to go over all this, what the timing you guys picked, the songs you guys picked, all those logistics, and then you also can get more in depth on the songs here. So you'd be like, hey, we put 60 songs on our Play It Possible, or hey, we put 10 songs on our Play It Possible, and we really like these, we really want these played, or hey, these are just suggestions, don't worry about them too much, but we definitely want our must play. So these are just things to talk with your DJ about ahead of time, but it does help break it down for you guys. And we have do not plays, which is always a big thing too. If you're like, hey, we hate Beyonce, you can literally just type in Beyonce, for example. You could, let's do that real quick so you can see. First, I'm gonna add this in here, random artist, demo. Okay, so that's added there. Let's do this. Hate Beyonce in caps, do not play. There. So that gives you an idea that you can just like eliminate an artist altogether. Now, cocktails, you could add in some cocktail music you wanted, and dinner you wanted. And again, you can do as little or as much with this as you want, completely up to you. We try to make it all about you guys and what you guys are looking for there. But like I said, if you're like, hey, we don't have many requests, we want the DJ to feel it out, and here's like 2 songs we like, totally cool. Or if you're like, hey, we really want to kind of pick up most of our songs for the night, that's fine too. You can definitely get in here and do that. And sometimes people have long Spotify lists too. They want us to give us as reference, like, hey, we got a 100-song Spotify list. Can we send that to for request list ideas? And you can definitely send it over to us on email, and we'll take a look at that and use it. But this is nice to break it down so we have a better idea of like your favorites from that list, for example. And as long as it's in here and it's online, usually we can access the songs. So any song you add in here, we should be able to get it. If it's some obscure song that you have the MP3 for, you can definitely email it to us too, and we can play it that way. Now I'm going to go into the top hits area. So these are our most requested lists. So these are like our typical top 200 most requested songs in the portal. You get to see like I Want to Dance with Somebody, or Going to Fire September, just typical party and wedding songs. So we're going to add in this one. So you use this little plus button, and you can add it directly from the list, which is nice. So you can just go here. What list do I want this? Let's do Play If Possible. I like it, but I don't have to have it. Okay, boom. Now that's added into the Play If Possible list there. If you don't remember, say you're looking through this list and you're like, I forgot how Living on a Prayer sounds. I'm going to go into preview. You can preview it there on these portals or just right there. So just, nice feature, and it has songs by decades, so you can go into top 80s songs, top 90s songs, top songs from the 2010s, top 2000s, just to give you like ideas. And if you're not sure of some of the formality songs, you go into wedding, and then it has all those formalities there. So garter songs, what's the top garter song? Oh, I forgot how that sounds. Let's preview it. Bouquet toss songs or cake cutting songs. Just some of those things you might not have thought about. We have suggestions in here for you guys. And then there's also charts and top hits. That's just some of the trending stuff. At the moment when I'm making this video, we're in December, so that's why those are at the top. But these are some of the new stuff that's trending, and you may see it in there and be like, oh yeah, I want to add that into my request list, which you definitely do. So that's how that works. I'm going to go back to the home again. Actually, we'll go back to playing options. That'll be quicker. But in this portal, there's a few other buttons that I want to show you. First off is the guest requests. This is useful if you want your guests to be able to make requests ahead of time. So basically, there's a link here that you can share or we can share. And then with that link, they'll have access to the portal. They'll just put that link. When they click the link, it'll have like, hey, what's your wedding date? What's the wedding date? And then that password. And then once they put that in, they can each make one request. If you do want your guests to be able to make more than one request, that's fine. We can adjust it. However, usually most couples prefer just one per person, so that way one person doesn't put in like 20 requests. Now, in that request portal, they'll only be able to make song requests. They can't edit anything you guys have made or even see anything you guys have done. So they'll just have access to the song library. Now, once they add that song, you can see what they added. You can see here, requests made by guests so far. And if you want to remove those requests, you can go to the view requests area. So we were under add requests for, this area. And then we have the guest request tab, and then we have the view requests. So in this area, you can see what you've added, and then you can see guest requests. So it'll look just like this. And then if you're like, I really don't want Beyonce, they added Crazy in Love, I'm going to remove that. So then you would just click X here under that Crazy in Love song, the imaginary one we just added in under the guest request. So You can remove them, which is nice. Or if you're like, I just don't want guest requests, that's totally fine too. The guest request link is completely optional. We would share that with you, and you would share that with your guests if you wanted to do it that way. One other thing I wanted to point out while I'm in here is the estimated playing time. Now, if you notice, each song is say 3.5 minutes. Now, say we added in 20 songs, you might be like, oh, 60 minutes of approximate playing time. That gives you a good idea of how much time your song list is for the night. So maybe you requested 5 hours of dance music, and you're like, we have only 2 hours of dancing music. I better, whittle that down a little bit to make sure I actually get the songs I want in. So that's just a nice tool. I just want to show you that because it does help out a lot of people. Just give them an idea on a realistic, estimate on what we can get in throughout the evening. And then as far as the process, like I said, usually around a week or two before, you'll do a final call with your DJ to go over the final details that you put in here. The planning form will usually lock 5 days before the event. That's just so we have enough time to get all your songs prepped, all the timing dialed in, and that's why we ask for it to be done by then. But everything should be good other than that. As long as you get it to us, a week or two before, and then we do that final call with the DJ, you shouldn't have to worry about anything. We'll take care of it. And if you ever have any questions about how the portal works, just let us know. We're here to help. You can get us on email, on phone, anytime, and we'll help you out and give you suggestions. Or maybe you're just like, hey, I need a few more suggestions. Do you have a list of this that we didn't see in the portal? Just let me know. We'll send it over to you and help you out. So have a great day and enjoy your planning.